Yo, y'all hear that? That's the sound of disappointment, which is exactly what this video is gonna be. Alright, so recently I was going through a quarter-life crisis. Matter of fact, make that an extreme quarter-life crisis. Okay, so I noticed while I'm editing this that the audio is extremely shitty. I apologize for that. I was using a lav mic, but in my basement, I didn't realize how much space was around me to create that underwater muddy sound. So in lieu of all of that, I'm gonna buy drinks are on me. Drinks are on me. I'm buying the whole bar out. Whatever you're drinking, just put it on me. I got you. I'm sorry I had to put you through that. I found a few gray hairs on my goatee, started flipping out. I was like a prime ashtray knocking out Dashiki's kids the way I was pissed off. So what did I do to pop the pimple that is growing up? I went on a stroll down memory lane. Now, what could this journey consist of? I don't know. The old Facebook pictures, YouTube videos, the occasional cringe when passing by embarrassing moments. You know, the works. And while I was on my YouTube leg of the journey, I took a look out the window and I seen a video titled Tons of Commercials from 2000s, which by the emphasis on tons of commercials, I just knew that this had to be filled with sweet gem. Now, some of you may notice that this video is 41 minutes long and probably are thinking that there's no way that this doofus is gonna do a full reaction video for the whole thing. Like that would be the dumbest thing possible. And to your point, you're right. That would be absolutely stupid, which is why that's exactly what we're doing. So let's get into it. And now that you conducted your emergency check on the time of this video, let's be real. I only picked a few that hit me right in the childhood because I couldn't write enough jokes for all of these, and trust me, I tried.
Warning, this toothbrush actually makes kids want to brush their teeth. It's the 60-second time machine and kids love it. Coming in scorching hot, we got the 60-second time machine, which, fun fact, as a kid, I begged my mom till my lungs collapsed if I could get one. Got it, and was pissed off because I realized it wasn't a real time machine. You false advertising sons of bitch. I didn't really ask for a 60-second time machine. I asked for a fushigi ball and I didn't get that. So I also love the warning at the top of the commercial because it gives you a taste of what you're about to get into, which in this case, it's some serious shit. The gears turn, the lights flash, and it's so cool, it makes kids want to brush. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. You put a V6 engine in a toothbrush. I bet any adult would think that's cool. Maybe that's just me. This amazing design brushes all the surfaces of your teeth, even the top and the bottom rows at the same time. Oh, hold up. So you're telling me that the toothpaste goes in here, and these two things go in this direction, and the toothpaste doesn't end up on your chin? Yeah, I don't buy it. Plus, the flashing lights time out to a full 60 seconds of brushing. And hey, you can even brush in the dark.
But most importantly, clinical studies show that this product works. It really does work.
Oh, really? Oh, Google! Yes, in this article published by Joseph Silverman in 2004, state that there was a clinical study conducted where they tested a 60-second time machine, an Oral-B power toothbrush, and a manual toothbrush, each used for 2 minutes. In this study, 58 kids were randomly assigned to one of the 3 groups. The first visit involved documentation of the kids' plaque and gingival indices. Then they didn't brush for 24 hours. Upon visit number 2, there was another documentation of plaque and gingival indices before the kids brushed their teeth with assigned toothbrushes, and documentation was made again. I'm guessing the kids went home with the toothbrushes because it says here that 6 weeks later, the kids came back and documentation was done for a final time. The info was then analyzed to detect plaque reduction after one-time use, pre-brushing and post-brushing in visit 2, as well as plaque and gingival inflammation reduction after 6 weeks of use, with the conclusion stating that there was no clinically meaningful differences found between any of the toothbrushes used. So no, it's not better, but yes, it really does work, Mr. Doctor Man. If you even believe that with the gunman behind the camera holding the cue card. Look at this guy, his eyes are screaming for help. I know there's something there, I just don't have the energy for it.
Me want?
I know I wasn't the only one who was afraid of this motherfucker, because he used to really terrorize me as a kid. Like, I hated honeycomb so much I did not eat them until he was officially removed from the fucking box.
Honeycomb.
Cut!
What? Honeycomb? Me? What?
And this is the reason why. You couldn't convince 8-year-old Lenny that this wasn't the outcome of eating honeycombs. How did this idea get past the green room? Like, I get it, you have the Tricks Rabbit, the Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff bird. Hell, you even had some kids trying to muscle up a leprechaun for Lucky Charms. It's a lot of addiction-based theming, if you ask me. But you're gonna tell me that the idea of kids turning into rabies-induced, bug-eyed marsupials at the sight of honeycombs wouldn't creep kids out? Just that idea alone. Okay, so what about when you went to go edit it? You know, the CGI where you had to turn the kids into... No, it's... Alright. Fuck it.
And that's me, Larry. We're the Brothers Garcia.
Does anybody remember this show? Like, I got a faint fever dream, but that's it. I would really like to know who watched this.
Oreos for breakfast? This could be the start of a very cool day.
Or fast track to diabetes. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. That just doesn't sound like a good idea. 2 Pop-Tarts for breakfast?
School will be closed today, so Jimmy can go skateboarding. Hey, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, back when I didn't understand how commercials work, I fucking hated this kid. He gets Pop-Tarts for breakfast and school is canceled just so he could skateboard. Like, my little naive mind was twisted every time I seen this commercial.
Cool. Son, I've decided to raise your allowance.
And to add insult to injury, or at least in this case my naivety towards video production and advertisement as a whole, this man gets a 6-figure allowance. Now at 6, 7, 8 years old, you're pretty impressionable, right? So here I am thinking that this kid has the world at his fingertips, and I have to see this every other hour of every day of my life while I'm watching TV.
New cool stuff Oreo toaster pastries from Nabisco.
All jokes aside though, Oreo Pop-Tarts, that should be bussin'.
Need a ride to the skate park?
Fuck you, Jimmy. But that's it for this week's Quarter Life Crisis. Tune in next week where I try to open a jar with the muscles in my butt cheeks and a 2-tone baguette. Nah, but for real, I'm really trying to stay consistent with content. So if you see any videos that you feel like I should talk about, drop them below. And with that said, I got some bills to go pay, or whatever adults do, I guess. Peace.